Hello, my senior friends, cultural studies. So here we have the sixth topic, sixth order we are doing. That is Theodore W. Adorno, Theodore Weissengut Adorno, and Max Horkheimer of the Frankfurt School in Germany. Their idea of what culture industry is, and as the title suggests, culture industry, enlightenment as mass deception. That has been deceiving people, enlightenment. In the name of enlightenment, people are deceiving them, deceiving. Enlightenment, what does enlightenment mean? You are being taken to a higher level of existence. No? That is enlightenment. For example, when you read John Keats' poem, lines from John Keats' poem, that is a thing of beauty is a joy forever, or heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. So, something that takes you to a higher level of what you call feeling or beauty, things that you cannot explain. Such a thing happens to us. So that is enlightenment. So that boundaries are enlarged and it expands, and you feel that you are a little, say, 2-3 inches higher, from the ground. That kind of feeling, that is enlightenment, isn't it? Yes. So I need not further explain that, being senior students of English literature. Okay. So here you see Theodore Weissengut, because this Germany is a phonetic language. Means you pronounce as you write. Writing and pronunciation the same way. Then you call it a phonetic language. Like, for example, Italian, Latin, but English is unphonetic because you write in one way and read it in another way. Understand that? Okay. So here you have got the two philosophers, Germans, and their Frankfurt School. They are philosophers and sociologists, and they are critics. So it is their view. Culture industry is actually, it is mass deception, deceiving people. How is that? How do they argue this point? We will see later. So in 1947, they published a book, The Dialectic of Enlightenment. The dialectic of environment. The dialectic of enlightenment. This is the book. And this culture industry, enlightenment as mass deception, is the final chapter of that book. Understand? Okay. Now what is the argument? First point is, in their draft, when they are writing this book, they did not call it culture industry, but they call it mass culture. Mass culture. And then in the final, the printed form, we get the name culture industry. This is, you don't find it here, then it is a culture industry. Why? Because they thought that if you say mass culture, it will be misunderstood for popular art or popular culture or spontaneous culture. That is spontaneous culture generated by or formed by the masses or the people as such. And therefore, but this is culture industry is not. As the two words in a culture, there is culture in it, the industry also is. What does the industry mean? Industry means capital, management, production, marketing, then profit, exploitation. These things are the be-all and end-all of what we can say deception. So to say, finally, we can say that is the be-all and the end-all of industry. You can say, isn't it? Capitalism, exploitation. So culture is used for exploiting people. That is culture industry. Cultural forms are produced like commodities, like we can say like computers or mobile phones, or you can say iron boxes or cars or such things, for example. Now, even notebooks, it's a commoditization. Notebooks, textbooks, it's a commoditization. So, say in these two words, there is industry or industrial production of cultural forms, and also having all the paraphernalia connected with an industry. That is capital, management, then production, marketing, distribution, supply, almost the same thing, and returns, exploitation, profit. So, in this chain of industry, finally, the most important thing is profit. So here it is, culture is sold for profit. That is the meaning of culture industry. Selling cultural products for the motivation behind that is just profit, nothing else. That's why they said the culture industry is an enlightenment as mass deception. You are deceiving millions of people. You are deceiving the masses. And then you are making profit by selling these cultural forms to the people. That's why it's called enlightenment as mass deception. And the title I told you is changes. There is a change. To begin with, it was mass culture, but afterwards they changed to culture industry because they did not want to other people to misunderstand. Because mass culture will be misunderstood about popular culture or popular art or spontaneous culture produced by the masses. So they did not want to do that. So actually it's a scathing, vehement, violent attack on this industry's attempt to sell. Remember it was scathing, violent, vehement attack on the industry. On the industry's but we must exploitative efforts, exploitative plans by producing large scale production and then selling these cultural forms to the masses, deceiving them and then collect money. So it is an attack on such a procedure or process that you find existing in the West and also other places in the world. Understand? Now you can see if you want to understand the sharpness of the criticism, how sharp is the criticism, how sincere are they? You have to first find out what do you mean by culture. What is culture? What is meant by culture or art? What is meant by art? And afterwards we will see industry culture. See, first we will see what is it. Point number one is art as such should have signification. Signification means it should have some inherent value, or you must have intrinsic value. It must have. It should have monopolistic rent value. Monopolistic rent value. Monopolistic rent value. Monopolistic rent value. See that? What does that mean? That means it cannot be exchanged. It should not have no exchange value. I will give an example. Suppose you have a computer. You can exchange it for a mobile phone. Suppose you have got complete works of Shakespeare. I don't think anybody will give you a mobile phone instead of that. You cannot exchange. It has got its own value. Understand that? No profit, no money making, nothing of that sort. It has a worth of its own. Suppose you have got a copy of the Wasteland with you. Okay. And then you go to a shop and say, see, I have got the copy of the Wasteland, which is not, it is very rare. Can I exchange this for a wristwatch? He will say, who wants this Wasteland? We don't want it. For the wristwatch I will give you, provided you give the money. Did you get that? So that is, it is no exchange value. Understand that? And It has only a use value. What is the use value? When you read the Wasteland, when you read the complete story of Shakespeare, when you read that Robert Frost poems or WBS poems, then what happens is that there is a kind of, what you must say, you are elevated. There's a sublime. Yes. There is sublimation, or you are elevated to a different position. That is the use for the enlightenment value of the real art. Understand? So that is point number one. To find out, the test to find out something is product of cultural industry or not, or it has got an aesthetic value, as aesthetic value, signification, or you can say aesthetic value, which cannot be exchanged. You cannot exchange that value. Then you can say it is culture in its purest form. Culture in its purest form. The second point is, of course, connected with the first, what Walter Benjamin said. Walter Benjamin, isn't it? Walter Benjamin. What Walter Benjamin said, aura, A-U-R-A, aura. So, pure cultural forms have got an aura. Aura, you know what is aura means? A halo. You have seen saints pictures, no? Saints. Then you can see around their head there is a light yellow line here, or a light here around. See, that is called the aura or the halo. It means what is meant by this aura of pure culture or a cultural product. That means it is something, some intangible thing, quality. Something like you cannot, it is not concrete, it's abstract. And it is intangible, means you cannot touch it. For example, the feeling that is created in you when you read, say, the Sailing to Byzantium, you see that? The lines like this, you remember those lines. Once out of my bodily form, I shall never take. See, once out of nature, I shall never take my bodily form from anything natural, but such a form as. See that you are as such a form as creation goldsmiths make of hammered gold and gold enameling. And what is the purpose? See? And finally, of what is past or passing or to come. See that? All the time, there is no time, all the different times, I can say, merges into one. And you have something like, you feel like an ethereal being. See that? Listen. Or you see, it's famous lines like this. I bleed, I fall upon the thorns of life, I bleed. Such kind of lines. Understand that? And or when what you got to be or not to be, all that there, these things I suppose. So there is an aura. There is an aura. There is some intangible power that attracts you towards that piece of literature. You read and reread and reread and read and read. Each time you get something. You understand? You think that this is something new. I could not understand it yesterday. This poem could not communicate to me yesterday, but today it communicates. See, that kind of feeling. Yeah, aura. That's what Walter Benjamin said. The true work of art, which has got aesthetic value, has got an aura around it. Understand? And then you find this now. The third point to remember is, any serious art is a complete whole. A complete in itself. It is a complete whole. What does that mean? That means you cannot remove a part from this. See, I remember, I would like to apologize to you also. I told you earlier once, that is, I managed to learn 434 lines of the Wasteland by heart. And then I recited, I have already uploaded that. And I remember one word I missed. Really missed. And this is a very important word also. It so happened, the That is, it's only after uploading I came to know about this. I had handed over the thing to another person to upload, and then afterwards, when I went through that, I was listening this mistake. I found out this mistake, and that's an omission. Not an omission actually. It's like this. The typist episode, typist episode. Yeah. Then he says, exploring hands encounter no defense. That is the line. But what happened to me is that I was reciting like this: exploring hands find no defense. See the big difference. Just I took one word only. I made a mistake there. Then it made a big difference. I am sorry. In case you are going to watch my recitation of the wasteland, then you must remember the mistake. I confess this mistake, and also you should excuse me for that. At least I have already accepted that, but that doesn't make the error in any way justified. No. Okay, so that's what I am trying to tell you from my own experience. Complete whole. You cannot. A line is taken out, then the poem loses its meaning. Here the poem does not lose its meaning, but a slight change. There's a style, diction. There is a change in the diction. So suppose you said you think like that part of the 2 or 3 lines I am going to what is called deliberately miss. I don't want to read it or recite it. Then the poem loses its quality. That is the best way to find out whether this work of art is serious, original, or the work of a creative genius. Understand that? You can't get spare parts for poems. You cannot say a few lines are lost. You go to a shop and say, is there a spare part for the wasteland? You won't get it. But for a motorbike, or a car, or a train, you will get spare parts. So that is industrially produced. So this is the test to find out whether it is industrially produced or whether it just got this aura, originality, creative genius. It's a flow, unhindered flow of a creative genius, which has it cannot be comparable to anything else. Understand? It is its own. It has got its own existence. Do you understand? It is sui generis, you can say. Sui generis. That way you can say that. So complete, this way complete. Understand? That is. So then you see. Then another thing I told you. So it should enlighten you. Already I have told you what is meant by enlightening. Isn't it? Taking it to another level of existence. After reading it, it's wonderful. Yes. It's wonderful. Yes. Understand? That kind of feeling you must have. And the 5th point is, we are trying to find out what actually is a product of culture or art. 5th point is, it is one man. One man. It's a one-man show, not that of a committee. There's not committee. They are not sitting around and discussing. Okay, T.S. Eliot, we have made a plan for the wasteland. Come on, you do according to this. It's not like that. Even T.S. Eliot himself may not know when, at what moment in his life, this inspiration came to him of writing this. Understand? That's the case with every work of art. See, very humble, with your permission, apology. I would like to share one of my experiences. That is, I used to write, now also I write devotional songs. I write it, but next day if you ask me to recite it by heart, I won't be able to do it. It was that inspiration of that particular moment. Understand that? You cannot repeat it. That's the thing. Now that's a very important point. You cannot repeat it. So one man show, and 6th point is no repetition. You cannot repeat. No repeating. Same thing you cannot repeat. You write something, and then next day if you are asked to repeat it verbatim, it's impossible for you. Because it is not standardized. So this. Because it comes from, as I just now told you, the unhindered flow of a creative genius. That is all. That is what we say. Understand that? Otherwise what happens, if you can repeat it, you can remove the parts, etc. Then it's not pure artisan. And there is absolutely no, we can say seventh point is no profit motive. No profit motive. No profit motive. And eighth point you can say it's not a commodity. Commodity, isn't it? Yes. Like that. So you can say, of course these are negative points. You can say positive points if we take, you will see. First, it has no exchange value. Understand that? It has got signification. Monopolistic rent value. It has got its value and nothing else. You cannot exchange it. And aesthetic value. Yes. Then aura. A work of art has got aura. And that is, it's a complete whole. You cannot take part apart. I told you spare parts are not available. Understand that? If you say, suppose you say, the last lines of the famous poem by Robert Frost, you say, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. And he said, oh, now this measurements, etc. has become more scientific, so I want to change it like this. And kilometers to go before I sleep, and kilometers to go before I. So that's a disastrous revision of that poem, I would say. And that is not that poem. Stopping my woods on a snowy evening with Robert Frost. It is something else. Understand? But an industrial product is not like that. You can, this doesn't fit you, then another thing you can take. You use spare parts. You can change. Understand? Then next is enlightenment. Already we say it comes here. One of the aesthetic word, enlightenment. You are transported to a sublime. Yes. Longinus sublime. You have a feeling like that. Now, of course, in the post-structuralist world, you stand and say like this. You say, oh, you will say like this. These are the text is a flow of signifiers. If a text is a flow of signifiers, and today you read it, tomorrow you get another reading of it. Okay, that's agreed. You can come to this signification, or you can come to this. It is a aura. Yes, true. Even in the post-structural world, you can say enlightenment, and it's a one-man show. It's not that the wasteland was edited by a set of poems. Not that they did not write sitting together in a room or nearby places, occupying two seats nearby, and one person says something, another person write. April is the coolest month, and no, just April is cool month. That will not do. This is once again the flow, the unhindered flow of a creative genius. Yes, there we go. And then of course you can say it cannot be repeated. It cannot be, one part you cannot take out, it cannot be repeated, it is not a commodity, those things you can say. Now, once you know these, what are the characteristics of pure art? What are the characteristics of, cultural forms? Originality. It comes in here, originality, there is signification here, you can say, originality, originality, you can say. Originality, etc. You can say. So therefore is such art is art form or cultural product, pure cultural product. Anything other than that would be industrial product. A cultural, industrial, industry. In this case, you are not asked to enlighten yourself. You automatically can see. Just as you stand, when the first rains come, you stand by the side of a window and watch it. See that? The first rain is going to come, I think. Yes, we can see thunder and lightning here, nearby places. You can see, I think you can hear that. You can also hear that. No? Yes. Now, such what I must say is the originality. Yes. So that is complete work example. So it's not, we have already seen not one, you cannot repeat this another. Same thing cannot be repeated. In same lines, same words will change. Understand? So once you know what is the true culture, true cultural form, then the opposite of this we can say cultural industry, which we will do tomorrow. Okay? Until then, bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life and take it easy.